Kourtney Kardashian accused of fraud by Malibu mayor.
Poosh's event planner and the owner of the property where it was thrown lied in the permit application.
She filed a permit for a baby shower.
Celebs like Gorillaz, Diplo, and Vanderpump's Ariana Madix were in attendance.
But not a single Kardashian or Jenner was present.
Everybody involved should be prepared to be embarrassed at the next city council meeting.
Kourtney Kardashian is lying to avoid legal trouble. She's using her company Push to push influencer parties and violate the city's rules to gain social media clout. But once the mayor started to call out the Kardashians, she created a false campaign to misrepresent what this event was all about. This is one of Kourtney's worst lies yet, so let's get into it. Kourtney Kardashian is up to some shady business when it comes to her company Push, and she's been lying to the city and her fans about what these events entail. Let's start off by talking about how she lied to the mayor of Malibu and the city to finesse some event that she's misrepresenting on social media. Essentially, the mayor of Malibu is calling out Kourtney Kardashian for throwing this event and not getting the correct permits. The mayor's name is Bruce, and he's a savage on Facebook because he wrote all over Facebook on how the Kardashians rented this home really close to his home in his neighborhood, and they claimed it was going to be a baby shower. Kourtney did in fact have a baby shower recently, but this is not the same event. He's calling out the fact that these rich people, including the Kardashians, have manipulated the city and their permits to get away with these events that he is not a fan of. The title of his lengthy Facebook post is "City of Malibu continues to place celebrities and the uber wealthy over residents. City staff sells out to the Kardashians." So he's calling out his own people for selling out to this family, like they've sold out to the world. He writes that on Thursday, September 21st, he noticed that there were trucks unloading furniture and home decor into an empty home in his neighborhood. Asking who was moving in, he was told that the house was being rented for an event for an influencer party, which sounds chaotic. Reports write, as what he's fuming over, Bruce says that he noticed the event getting set up in this empty house next door this week, with truckloads of crap getting unloaded. He asked what was going on, and he was told it was this influencer event. The mayor says he informed the organizers that they needed a permit for that sort of thing, and then proceeded to follow up with the city staff to see what was actually happening. That's when he learned that this event was being represented as a baby shower, opposed to an influencer event. They also claimed that the event was being hosted by the owner of this home, which isn't true. The house is being rented out and they're moving a bunch of crap in to throw this event. According to Bruce, when Kourtney filed the permit, it had claimed that it was a baby shower with 96 guests. However, the event wound up hosting a crowd of more than 600.
Kourtney Kardashian accused of fraud by Malibu mayor says she lied about massive Push event. You guys, this is crazy. Okay, she filed a permit for a baby shower with 96 people. The party ended up being poolside with Push, right? Not a baby shower, but not a single Kardashian or Jenner was present. That's the craziest part, is that they filed a permit to throw a 96-person baby shower in this empty Malibu house next to the mayor. And he was like, why are there so many f***ing people showing up to this party in this empty house that's being rented out for a 96-person baby shower? Turns out that's because it wasn't a fucking 96-person baby shower. It was a 600-person influencer event, and the mayor is so valid and pissed. This could not have happened to a better family in a better series of unfortunate events. Like, imagine throwing a fake baby shower and you just happen to pick the home next to the fucking mayor. As an elected official, however, I'm appalled by the situation, and it helps me understand what residents throughout the city are dealing with. Not a good look for the city, although it is a great add to non-residents who want to come here and destroy the residents' peaceful enjoyment of their homes. I understand that the event has been represented to be a baby shower that is being hosted by the owner of the property. Both of those representations are contrary to what the event planner told me, which is that the house was being rented for an influencer event.
So of course Bruce was pissed. So he called up the city and said, what's going on here? I mean, he is the mayor, so I feel like he has some say. Yet his leverage didn't get him far, because once he asked about it, the city said that they would cease and desist them and stop it. Yet he didn't see any of that go on. Once he checked in again, he learned that they granted an emergency expedited special event permit, so the Kardashians were able to use their ways to get what they wanted. So essentially, the mayor alleges that the city approved a special events permit for event planners working on behalf of Poosh, and then he goes on to claim that it seems like it had been greenlit in record time, and claims that there are possible false pretenses as far as how many people would be attending, the setup and breakdown procedure, and how the residents, the people living in those neighborhoods, would be noticed. Bruce went on to express his frustration at the city staff for making exceptions and moving heaven and earth for wealthy celebrities when our residents are required to wait days, weeks, and even months for such permits. So the people who live in this neighborhood, they can't throw big parties or influencer events, but if you have the Kardashian clout and the money, then you can do essentially whatever you want, which is a lot of people's frustrations because celebrities just, get by easier. Kind of like how we saw Reese Witherspoon in my recent video claim that she's a celebrity, she's an American, she can do whatever she wants. And the mayor claims that in this situation, everyone just looked the other way to appease high-profile residents of the area. In his post, the mayor also reported a strong odor of marijuana that could be detected standing on the street outside of the event venue while the setup occurred, which he claims he never smelt that in the neighborhood before. I mean, I feel like in California it's everywhere, but this is a neighborhood with the mayor and he likes it a certain way, so he probably didn't appreciate all the partying and the smoking and drinking that was going on. And I get it, if this is a peaceful town, nobody really wants a college-like influencer party to be going on there. Now keep in mind that Poosh did use this as an Instagram moment. This story was featured all over their page. It doesn't look like Kourtney herself was in attendance as well as any of the other Kardashians, but it was a big event just to push the brand. And I totally believe that this was just a brand moment to make some social impact because they hired a company called Sloan, oh my gosh, Sloan, to put together this event. So they threw it, and the Kardashians didn't need to be there. It was more to get just, some press, but they're not getting the press that they probably wanted to get. And it looks like the mayor isn't just going after Kourtney and Poosh, but also going after Sloan. He writes, as a resident, I demand that the city take appropriate legal action to address the fraud that was perpetrated by this company. I also request an internal investigation to ascertain whether anyone working for the city was complicit in this matter. So he's going after the family, he's going after the company, and he's going after his own people because there's someone who's sneaky in city council and maybe they accepted some money to hit approve on an emergency permit.
Did Kourtney Kardashian lie about throwing a baby shower to get a permit to throw a giant Poosh party? That's what the mayor of Malibu says happened. And not only is he mad at Kardashian and her team for the lies he says were used to obtain that permit, he's mad at the city of Malibu for expediting that permit and catering to celebrities over residents. And he says that everybody involved should be prepared to be embarrassed at the next city council meeting. If you follow Kourtney's company Poosh, you saw they had a fabulous event on Saturday, and according to TMZ, celebs like Gorillaz, Diplo, and Vanderpump's Ariana Madix were in attendance. But Malibu Mayor Bruce Silverstein said those videos are proof that Poosh's event planner and the owner of the property where it was thrown lied in the permit application. The mayor also said that parking had to be contained to the property of the actual event, but he says that parking stretched all along the PCH, and there were even signs that there were shuttles to the event. The mayor even got in his own car to show video proof of all the cars parked alongside the highway for the event. At the very end, you'll see that this is where I guess guests could pick up the shuttle, which they could then take to the event. But the mayor says this goes against what the permit allows.
I know that you guys cannot stand when celebrities, abuse their power. They use their position to take advantage of situations. So a lot of people are big fans of Bruce. People are writing on social media that I thought it was a push party, not a push party, and I was so concerned. Another person writes, the most shocking thing is that Poosh is still open. Another person writes, I love that he's trying to hold them accountable. And then finally, that mayor was doing all of the investigative work. He is doing the investigative work, but this situation is going to get a lot more complicated, and let me break down how. If you haven't seen my video about TMZ and the Kardashians, definitely go and watch it, because TMZ and them have a very close relationship, so they are putting updates out there to favor the Kardashians, like the fact that the event had no more than 100 people, which, what? Well, more than 100. I mean, you guys saw that video of him driving across the highway. There were tons of people there. There's no denying that. And they claim that it was a privately held wellness event for friends. And there are also reports that Diplo was there. I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but it turns out they claim that he was not there. So there's a lot that's not adding up.
So TMZ has updated the report on the guest list. They actually say Diplo was not in attendance. TMZ had also earlier reported that there were 600 people at this Poosh event, but according to the statement they got from someone on Kourtney Kardashian's team, they said an event attendee said there were no more than 100 people attending the privately held wellness event for friends of Poosh. The way this statement is worded is so interesting. They're saying that an event attendee told Kourtney Kardashian's team how many people were at the event. I mean, I would think Kourtney Kardashian's team knows how many people were there. And when you look at the size of the activation, I mean, it is a 2-level event. That seems like it would hold more like 600 people than it would just 100. Also, with the size of this event, it's also really interesting to hear that supposedly none of the Kardashians attended this event. Now, Poosh is starting to post some of the attendees who were at the event. One of them is Atiana De La Hoya, who is the daughter of Shayna Moakler, who is Travis Barker's ex.
So Poosh through this event, it doesn't even seem like they know what's going on here. And now Kourtney's trying to post about this event and completely rewrite what had happened there and put different imagery. And it's just so confusing, because now this mayor is going to look at what she's representing online and realize very quickly that this event that she's posting about was not the event held in Malibu. So Kourtney is very pregnant right now, and she's claiming that these photos are from their wellness event that they had in Malibu, and they are in fact not. When guests arrive, they are given a map of the activities taking place for the day. That is true. Yet none of this looked the same. They're claiming that this was a wellness event with massages and facials and all of that, and that Kourtney was even there. They even claim that this was located on Kourtney's basketball court. So if it was at her home, then why would she even need these permits? I mean, she would need the permits for the noises, but not for renting out someone else's property. So this didn't happen at Kourtney's home, yet their article claims it did. You can also see that Kourtney is clearly not pregnant, not as pregnant as she is right now. And the event itself did in fact have way more people than this. They were not dressed like this. Clearly this was a wellness event that they had, but not the same event that they're trying to act like happened on this Thursday, September 21st. So I don't know how they're getting away with this or whose plan this is, but there's clearly something really off. I mean, the Kardashians are there, they're hanging out, it's all wellness, but it's not what this Poosh event was. So a lot of fans are really confused at why Kourtney's posting about this old event that we had not seen before and acting like it was this. Maybe it's to avoid legal trouble when it comes to this city issue by maybe presenting this to the judge and saying, yeah, this was the party we had. It's nothing like what the mayor claims. They write, the guest list was intimate and included a range of Kourtney's friends, from childhood to her mom's friends. So again, not the same people who were in attendance to this Poosh party that had none of them there.
Okay, so I went on the Poosh website, and they had this event on Saturday called All the Details from Our Poolside with Poosh Event. We know that Kourtney is very pregnant. This is clearly not from this year, even though this is referencing this year's event. This past Saturday, Kourt and the Poosh team hosted an end of summer wellness and relaxation day in Calabasas. Again, here's Kourtney clearly not pregnant, so these are not photos from this year's event.
So I don't know if this is her plan to try to get out of this mess, but that party clearly wasn't the party that was thrown, so she's gonna have to answer for everything. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.